going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gilly's House of Cards. I'm your host, David. And before we get started, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and ring that bell to get notified when I go live on YouTube right here. So today's going to be a fun one. I've been really looking forward to this. So my aunt that lives in Canada hit me up and said that there was an auction house having an auction and that there were some vintage baseball cards. So I said, that's interesting. So she sent me all the information and put some bids on some stuff and walked away winning 6 of the 9 lots that I had put bids on for. So got the box in the mail on Friday. So almost a week ago tomorrow. And so just so you to give some background, so the name of the auction is called Luke's Auction. They're in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. It started out in 1966 with Luke's dad, Paul, who is an auctioneer. He was a pioneer of the industry, really. He started bringing in European containers of antiques and thousands of truckloads from all over the US and Canada, along with estates that he handled and stuff like that. So he was looked at as basically a liquidator, but it started off once a week as auctions. And then Paul's son, Luke, took over when Paul unfortunately died December 23rd of 2011. They've been doing antiques in Canada for a while now. And my aunt let me in on their auction, told me about their auction. Only thing is, if you go on their website and register and you're in the United States, they no longer ship to the United States. So if you got a friend, family member in Canada that can help you out, like I did, so that's how that worked. Definitely check out their auction on their website, Luke's Auctions. Google it. They have great stuff going on in auction. So let's talk about how my aunt got into this. So the name of her store is Glitzy Jools and Antiques, located at 50 Lakeport Road, Unit 104, St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. The store specializes in the following area. Before we get to where they specialize in, it opened in March of 2017, owned and operated by my Aunt Paula Malmstrom. She has 30 years of experience in the industry. She specializes in estate and vintage jewelry, mid-century modern, nautical theme, art glass, pottery, Scandinavian design, China artwork, and other collectibles. You can follow her on Instagram at Glitzy Jools and Facebook, Glitzy Jools and Antiques, or you can give her a holler using the phone number 905-937-5888. And so she helped me out a lot with this. So I am returning the favor by advertising her business on this stream today. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for some antiques, go check out her store. It's a beautiful store. I haven't been personally, but I've seen photos of it. She showed me around on FaceTime, I think, one time. And it's a beautiful store, beautiful space, beautiful inventory. So, yeah, do me a favor. Give her a follow. Go buy some stuff. Go check out the store. And tell your family members to go check it out too. So I know you guys didn't come here to hear me just babble all day. So yeah, as I'm like phasing into the background, but I got a big box here to open. So let's get to it. All right. So if you guys are unfamiliar with how they do things in Canada, when you ship something out in the mail, they make you wrap it in these nice looking they make you wrap it in this nice little wrapping paper. Basically it's paper bags. So let's get this thing open. Yeah, they make you wrap it in paper bags, and first you gotta put it in a box and they make you wrap it in paper bags. It's a little weird, trust me. She's been sending me packages for nearly 30 years that she's lived in Canada, and I always wondered why they made them do this, but a little weird if you ask me, but it is what it is.
They'll make this easy. All right, well, that's done with. All right. They're trying to wrestle a snake. All right. So when I bid it on was 1972 Topps MLB baseball cards, 1977, 78, 79, 85, and a reprinted binder, reprinted cards from 1991's Topps baseball archives when they remanufactured the 1953 Topps set. So I'll raise this up a little bit. Let's see. First, let's get our gloves because these are older cards and definitely don't want to be getting any oils all over them. They probably don't already have it there already, but let's not compound the problem. So, let's see. Thing one, thing two. This is a massive box. Look at this. Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. Chuck that box out of the way. Let's take a seat. So let's start off with this. I don't even know what we're opening first, but we'll find out. Looks like the 1979. So we got Doug Flynn, Cesar Geronimo. I can tell the way they cut this in the factory. They cut it all weird. Yeah, same thing with this one too. Wilbur Wood. We got Reggie Cleveland, Tom Johnson. Let's see here. Yeah, 1979 Topps, just like I thought. We got Mike Flanagan, Buddy Solomon, Joel Youngblood. I was listening to Paul and Neil talk about him during the game yesterday. I forgot what the stat was, but it was pretty impressive. Youngblood again, Len Baker, Baboon, Aaron's daddy, Ron Blomberg. This was after he left the Yankees. First DH in all of baseball. I didn't know it. Played for the White Sox too. I didn't know that. Sixto Liscano, Dan Mayer, Shane Raleigh, Mark Belanger. Man, they really jacked these up cutting them like that. What the hell? Oh, it's got a perforated edge, so I guess when they printed these in the factory, they printed it all on perforated edges and then bent them and then ripped them off. But yeah, you can see right here the jaded edges. Ugh. Catfish Hunter, Ron LaFleur, Bob Boone again. I think we're going to have a lot of duplicates. Jim Spencer, Kenny Singleton, Floyd Bannister, Fred Norman, Roger Erickson, Ken Singleton again. Yeah, I think these are just random cards that were pulled out of packs. Not exactly a whole set, but Claudel Washington, Eddie Whitson, Nemo Espinoza, Ron Honeycutt. Matt McHugh, John Stern, Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent. Denny Martinez. We got Craig Reynolds. We got Ronnie again. George Hendrick. Chris Lockwood. We got a lot of duplicates. Dougie Flynn again. Bob Robertson. Ralph Garr. Pepe Farias. Dave Lopes. Ken Kravick. Eddie Messersmith. Mario Guerrero. Bob Stinson. Doug Flanagan. Steve Rogers. Mario Guerrero. Yep, got a lot of duplicates. That's okay. Bill Buckner. You've been in for a while. Played for the Dodgers, another Cubs, and then went to the Red Sox. Got Doug Rao, Jim Wright, Phil Gardner, Ray Knight, Butch Wagner, Miguel Dion, Makio again, Sixto Lascano, John Candelaria, Hoskin Powell, Roger Erickson, Ken Cobell, Ron Blomberg. Well, that was in rough shape. Ron Blomberg again. Yeah, got a lot of duplicates. Bob Boone. Frank Duffy, Joe Youngblood, Bob Watson, Bobby Mercer. After he played for the Yankees. They traded him. Bobby Bonds. Like Flanagan, Jim Beatty, Darryl Cheney, Steve Kemp, Cesar Geronimo, Bob Stinson, Oscar Gamble, Butch Hobson, Ken Kravick again, John Matlick, Gary Alexander. I can't talk today. Forgive me. Craig Swan, Tug McGraw. Yes, that is country music star Tim McGraw's dad. Phil Gardner, Butch Wagner, Rick Manning, Rusty Stubb. Doug Sims, Dave Cash, Jose Cruz, Larry Boa, Juan Bernard, Blake McBride. Yeah, looks like these are all cards that people just pulled out of the pack. So we got some prospects. We got Dale Berra, which was Yogi's kid. Henyo Cotis, George Fraser, Terry Kennedy, Tom Bruno, Danny Darwin, Jim Claudette, Randy, Glenn Hubbard, Larry Whitson, Brian Doyle, Mike Heath, Dave Rishabek. These are all the prospect cards. All right, so that's 1979. Go ahead and stick these back in the bag. All right, let's see what we got next. Man, I'm really trying to keep out of this thing. Oh, that's right, me. 1985 Topps. Which is good because I'm trying to complete that set. I think I might have most of it. Yeah, most of it already. I think I might just complete the set. If I did, you'll see it for sale. All right, so we got starting off management. That's Dave Johnson. I forgot to put this back. We got first round draft pick Bob Horner, Jeff Cannell, Tom Underwood, Marty Barrett, Manny Trillo, Bruce Bochy, Billy Sample, Clegg McMurdy, Roy Smith, Dave Rucker, Thad Bosley, Jason Thompson, Darryl Brown, Mike Heath, Greg Walker, Mike Sosha, Butch Davis, Ron Kittle, Eric Show. Got father and son, David Mike Stenhouse. We got Tom Hume, Jesse Orozco, Joe Morgan, the man, part of that big red machine in the 70s. Pat Sheridan, Sid Bram, Darrell Evans. He's actually 1979. He's in the wrong pile. Jerry Mumphrey, Darrell Brown again, Nick Esky, Luis Salazar, Jeff Leonard, Dick Schofield, Dickie Knowles again, Steve Yeager, few of him, Bill Swaggerty, few of him, Gary Reedus, Ron Goddenhire, Rupert Jones, Ernie Camacho, Greg Brock, Lee Lacey, few of him, Joey McLaughlin, Oscar Gamble, the late Oscar Gamble, I believe. Checklist, no one likes the checklist card. Got Bob Baylor, Moose Haas, Steve Braun, Dick Knowles, Swaggerty, Reedus, Gardenhire, Jones. Few duplicates, no checklist, get out of here. Eric Show, Dennis Boyd, Mike Fitzgerald, Dave LaPointe, Ernie Camacho, Ron Hesley, Buddy Bell, Greg Brock, Larry Milbourne, Rob Picolio, Glenn Hoffman, Trevor Hoffman's brother. Shortstop for the Red Sox. Bobby Jones, Joaquin Andujar. Yeah, we got a few duplicates, but that's okay. Fred Lynn. That was a good one. Leon Roberts, Bob Brenly, John Trudeau, Denny Martinez, Steve Braun, Moose Haas. Yeah, someone was very unlucky with ripping open packs and getting duplicates. Donnie Scott. We got here Tim Foley, Jeff Burrows, Billy Allman. So Billy Allman actually went to my high school, Warwick Vets High School in Rhode Island. Yep. Went to Brown University in Providence. Player of the Year in 1974. So, yeah. He was actually on the Mets 86 World Series team. Actually, I remember seeing his plaque behind the glass and near the gymnasium. Floyd Bannister, Bob Horner, Al Chambers. Got some father and son combos. Steve Trout and Dizzy Trout. Another father and son, Ozzie Virgil and Aussie Virgil. The Smileys. And then we got the Kunkles. Got the Kennedys. Tito and Terry Francona. Ray and Bob Boone. My God, Aaron looks just like Bob. He actually looks like Ray, too. Not that Brett doesn't, but Aaron's the most resembling to them. The Berras, we got the Bells, the Skinners, the Schofields, and the Laws. The the Smallies. Myra Ramirez, Tony Lusa, Bill Gardner, Dick Williams, Jackie Moore, Dick Hauser, Ralph Hauk. Go from managing the Yankees to managing the Red Sox. Ouch. I believe he got fired, if my memory serves right. Paul Owens. Joe Morgan, record breaker card. Solano, Waddell. Keith Cato, Franklin Stubbs, Darren Knowles, Pat Corrales, William Gee, Carlton Fisk, record breaker card. Kirk Gibson, Brenning, Mike Young, Frank LaCourte, got Bill Stein, a few of him, Keith Atherton, Jorge Orta, Dennis Eckersley, the Cubbies, Mike Young, Lance Parrish, Carlos Diaz, Ken Strome, Pat Ziegler, Craig Reynolds. Yep. Duplicates there. Rick Miller, Jim Beatty, Frank Stubbs again, Chris Chambliss. They played for the Braves too. Rick Dempsey, Kenny Maldonado, Rob Wilfong, Omar Moreno, Rick Gedman, Don Slot. Don't know too much about these guys, but I was also born in '86. Billy Allman again. There he is playing for the A's. What happened here? So he was drafted by the Padres, played for the Expos, the Mets. So he wasn't on the Mets '86 World Series team. I was mistaken. Played for the Mets in 1980. Was traded from the Expos to the Mets, then went to the White Sox, and then the A's. Thought he was on the World Series team, but I was wrong. Benny Ayala, Bruce Bochette, Lee Lacy, Dan Petrie, Dwayne Walker, Brian Downing, and Bruce Hurst again. That does it for 1985. I don't know if I finished off the whole set. I might have updates to follow, right? That's definitely half a set of baseball cards. Minus 5 to 10 for duplicate reasons. So let's get into this. I have a funny feeling 72 and 78 and 77 tops are going to be in here. Yep. So you can see there's 3 different kinds of baseball cards here. So let's get the smaller one out of here first. Now, this is 1972. Second stack I pulled out is 1978. So this must be 77. We're going to save 72 for the end. I just saw the card on the back end, and yeah. So let's start. Let's go in reverse order, shall we? We'll start with 1978. So we got Bob Stinson, Greg Gross, Bob Stinson again, Gross, Stinson. My goodness. Holy duplicates, Batman. Jim Hughes, Ron Hodges, Greg Gross. Got Roy Howell, Tippy Martinez, Billy Allman. Bill Allman, Julio Gonzalez, Bob Granorski, Bob Watson, Paul Lindben, Ivan De Jesus. Got the AL and NL leader, Frank Tavares and Freddie Patek. Mike Caldwell, Greg Nettles, Yankees third baseman. Look at that. Solid. Larry Heaney, Oscar Gamble, Bill Fay. Then we got Mario Mendoza. Got a few of him. Yeah. Joe LaHoud, Paul Rochelle, Paul Dade, Grant Jackson, Manny Sanguian, Bomo Rivera. We got Dave Garcia as a player and then as a manager. That's cool that they did that. And then they got Lehman Bostock, Ron Hodges again. So not too many notables out of that one. That stack of it. So we continue on. Ron Hodges. Holy duplicates. Steve Dunning. Rick Auerbach. Mike Torres. I actually had the opportunity to meet Mike Torres back in 2017 at the Yankees fantasy camp. For those that you don't know, Mike actually played for both the Yankees and the Red Sox at 2 points in his career. He was actually the guy that gave the home run in 1977 to Bucky Dent. So, fun fact. Jim Dwyer, Tom House, Denny Doyle, Doug Rao, Lee May, Duffy Dyer, got Danny Orzak, Dave Johnson, Gary Alexander, Eduardo Rodriguez, Greg Swan, Thad Bosley. Yeah, got a lot of him. My God. Got like 20 of those. Tommy Helms, Clay Carroll again, Joe Wallace, Ken Henderson, Pat Scanlon, Gary Maddox, Johnny Grubb, Fernando Arroyo, Rick Roden, Earl Williams, Eric Soderblom, Eddie Solomon. Okay. About halfway through the stack of 1978 baseball cards. Still no heavy hitters, but I still have hope. We still got a lot of cards left. Eddie Solomon, Steve Dillard, Gary Wheelock, Liscano, George Zerber, Bob Knepper, Juan Uria, Ed Gudson, Woody Freeman, John Hale, who dis? Gary Thomason, Steve Dunning, we got Steve Braun, Mike Garman, Jack Brohammer, Ray Fosse, Darrell Knowles. Got the NL Championship. Dodgers were part of the Phillies. Yankees rallied to defeat Royals. We got Ron Schuler, Odell Jones, Bud Harrelson, Dave Campbell. Okay. Keep on going. Dave Campbell, Bobby Valentine. Look at that one. Skip ain't looking too bad. Ron Jackson, Kurt Picola, Pete Boberg, Mike Anderson, Randy Elliott, Ron Jackson again and again and again. Nelson Briels, Mike Anderson, Bobby Davis, Bob Valentine. Dwight Evans, a very young-looking Dwight Evans. Got Lamar Johnson, Ken Britz, Julio Cruz, Frank Tavares, Ken Brett, Bob Myrick. Okay. That half a stack done. Ed Herman, James Johnson, Ray Knight, Don Kissinger, Gary LaValle, Pete Falcone, Dusty Baker for the Dodgers. Yeah, that was towards the end of his career as a player, that is. Dennis Leonard, Cesar Cedeno, Moose Haas, Gary Thomason again, Rick Schuler, Mike Jorgensen, Raleigh Eastwick, Buddy Harrelson, Ken Maka, the former manager of the A's. Huh. Rick Miller, Jerry Remy, rest in peace, Ren Dog. He played for the Angels before he went to the Red Sox. Doug Capella, Bill Stein, Bill Buckner. They've been around for a while. Roy Smalley. Rounding it out, we got Warren Cromartie, Tim Blackwell, and more Tim Blackwell. So that was your 1978 tops. Let's see what 1977 holds, shall we? Got Larry Harlow, Tim Johnson, Larry Cox, Sandy Alomar Sr. I'm sorry. Those cards that we just went through were from 77, not 78. So, stand corrected. As you can see, both designs look very similar. So, these cards are from 1978. My bad. Skip Joots, Paul Hartzell, Brian Bonning, Tim Boggs. Gary Beer, Frank Duffy, got Brent Storm, Ron Blomberg, Ike Hampton, Dave Roberts, not that Dave Roberts. Another Dave Roberts. No, Dave Roberts' dad did not play baseball in the major leagues because he was a military guy. I think it was Air Force, if I remember correctly, and that's why Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, was born in Japan. Glenn Adams, Chuck Tanner, Steve Renko, Jim Sundberg, Scott McGregor, Jim Norris, Rick Miller, Jim Tyrone. Okay. Let's see, Ken Maka again, Ed Kranepool, Mike Phillips, Don Hood, Greg Gross, Elliot Maddox, Vic Harris, Rob Andrews, Vic Harris again, Tim Blackwell, Mike Norris, Fernando Gonzalez, Butz Metzger, Mike Barlow, Joel Youngblood, Frank Crandall, Steve Rogers, Dave Rosello, Steve Braun, Junior Moore, Steve Braun, Rob Andrews, man, where are all the heavy hitters at? I thought for sure I would have found Ron Guidry by now. Dennis Blair, Jim Humphrey, Bill Castro, Tug McGraw for a few of them, Mike Ivey, Tommy Boggs, Larry Cox, Len Randall, Francisco Barrios, Butch Wager, Tony Solartia, Paul Mitchell, Mev Rittman, Sammy Mejias, Dick Drago, Tommy Hutton, Larry Sorensen, John Hale, a lot of duplicates. Got Pat Dobson, got Rob Andrews, Kevin Bell, John Hale again. Ted Martinez. Then we got Paul Mitchell and Paul Mitchell rounding it out. All right. Got 1972 Topps. Let's see who we got. Got Mel Queen. Put these right back in its holder. Deron Johnson. Really? Checklist. Glenn Burkett. We got Mike Fiore. Tony Perez. Wow. That's clean. We got Don Eddy and Dave Lemons. Tom Haller. Bill Freehan. We got Dale Maxwell, Tom Egan. Got 1971 pitching leaders, Mickey Lofstich, Vita Blue and Wilbur Wood. Got the Angels team card. Ed Kranepool. We got Bill Milton. We got the 1971 strikeout leaders. You got Tom Seaver, Ferguson Jenkins, and Bill Stoneman. A little bit of baseball history for you. Got the Twins team card. Cleon Jones, Tommy Agee. We got John Ellis. We got rookie stars for the Brewers. We got Jerry Bell, Darrell Porter, and Bob Reynolds. We got Ken Boswell, in-action card. We got Vita Blue again. Got Bruce Keeson, Ron Theobald, Cleo James. We got Vince Colbert, Joe Pepitone. Jay Johnstone, Ken Reynolds. Gary Gentry, Ken Suarez. Well, that one's pretty banged up. Oof. Joe Keogh, Bill Melton, Clarence Gaston, Chuck Taylor. 1971 World Series, Game 1. With Liberto Clemente on the front. Eddie Castillo, Frank Robinson, Marty Perez, Milt Wilcox, Ross Grimley, Ken Suarez, Harmon Killebrew. Wow, that one's solid. Mike Henlon, Jerry May, Tug McGraw in action. Frank Lucchese, Don Gillett. Bah. Oh my God. Never thought I'd get another one of these. You got Bob Gibson. It looks pretty clean. Except for this edge over here that looks like it was miscut. But other than that, we'll see what PSA has to say about it. Clay Kirby, Bob Powell, World Series Game 4, Bill Freehan. We got Frank Baker, Jim Spencer, Alex Johnson, Tom Timmerman, Stan Williams, Gary Peters, Dick Bossman, Darrell Cheney. You got Greg Luzinski, Don Drago, Harmon Killebrew for a second time, Bob Lemon, Frank Baker. Ooh, Willie Stargell. God, if it wasn't for that. Oh, this is in bad shape, too. Oh, my God. You're going to see all the cracks in it from it getting bent and whatever. Oh. Damn. And then we got Scaballo Spinks. But got 3 in there that are in really good shape. We got 2 Harmon Killebrews and another Bob Gibson. So not all is lost. Sleeve these up. And you're probably wondering, well, why put them in sleeves? They're already, exposed, probably scratched. That's true, but I don't want any more harm to come to them. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, now for the binder. Look at this thing. So I wrapped it in plastic, so we're going to have to cut this. Let's see what we got. So these are reprints of the 1953 tops. They were reprinted in 1991, I believe. Trying to see on the back here if that's accurate. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell from the gloss that's on them. So these are reprints, but they're still pretty cool. I mean, to reprint the entire 1953 tops, I mean, those are some heavy hitters. You got Jackie Robinson, Luke Esther, Sam Jones. Smokey Burgess, Howie Judson. Got Mel Parnell, Billy Johnson, Fran Fain, Dale Mitchell, Ray Boone down here, Aaron's grandfather. Got Roy Campanella. Slaughter. Got Bob Feller, Frank Campos. Got Manny Minoso. That's not, is it? It's got to be. Played for the White Sox. Yeah, I think that's Manny Minoso. Played in the Negro Leagues too. Johnny Mize, Eddie Robinson, Pee Wee Reese, Billy Martin. My man. That looks like a perfect card. I know it's not the original, but man, this is still cool to look at. Mickey Mantle, 1991, Topps Archives. All right. Yogi, Phil Miller, Phil Rizzuto. I know I'm pointing out all the Yankees. I can't help it. I'm a Yankees fan, so deal with it. DiMaggio's still playing too. Surprised he's not in here. I think some of these got sold off. There's a few empties missing. I wonder why. Bob Hoffman, Andy Casey. Whitey Ford. Nice. I got the chrome one of those. Ray Scarborough, Jim Hughes. This is so cool. Doesn't exist. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but either you don't have the card or you couldn't find it. Huh. So cool how they're able to redo these. In the 90s, too, nonetheless. Hank Aaron, Casey Stengel. Cool.
All right. And for our last set of cards, we have the 1977 tops. So what I forgot to mention earlier was these cards were printed in Canada. See, it says OPG, and then you can see down at the bottom, it's both in English and French. So prior to 1977, after 1977, there was a bilingual law put into place where basically it stated that all baseball cards had to be printed in the United States after that point. So the 77 tops set that we have at our 1972 tops that we have were all printed in, some of them were printed in Canada. So worth a little bit more money on the open market. So that's going to take some research on my end to figure out. But let's get into the last set of cards we have. We got Larry Boa. Minnie Minoso record breaker was the oldest player to safely hit in the game. We got Frank Duffy, Ralph Garr, Randy Jones, Jerry Russ, Fred Norman, Jerry Russ again, Pete Falcone, Bill Stein, Rick Manning, Phil Gardner, who used to manage the Houston Astros at one point after Jimmy Williams was let go. Fun fact there. Bill Stein again, Bill North again. Oh, look at this. Roy White, New York Yankees. We got Fred Norman, Dan Mayer, Rick Monday, Dave Roberts. We got here leading firemen, Bill Campbell and Raleigh Eastwick. I assume they were relief pitchers. Yep. We got here Reggie Cleveland, Dwayne Kuiper, Chris Spire, Pat Zachary, Dave Roberts again, Reggie Cleveland again, Bill Madlock, Frank Duffy, Bill Madlock, Lehman Bostock, Bill Maddock again, Ben Ogliev. Ooh, that one had a chunk taken out of it, huh? Will Matheny, Reggie Cleveland, Pepe Frias, Pete Broberg, Rick Roden, Buddy Bell, Dan Stanhouse, Jim Barr, Pete Falcone again, Bob Boone, Rico Cardi, Mike Irvin, J.R. Richard, Don Sutton, Brian Downing, Jose Cardinal. Home run leaders, Greg Nettles and Mike Schmidt. Oh, that's a nice one. Led the league for the AL and NL in 1976. Mike Torres. Look at that. Still looks the same, too. Just with grayer hair. Colin McRae. So we got Roy White, Chris Chambliss, Sparky Lyle, and my man Mickey Rivers, who I also got to meet in 2017 at the same fantasy camp function. He was a lot of fun to talk to and hang out with. So that's cool. That's a keeper right there. So that's it. That's our show today. Thanks for everybody stopping by and checking it out and following along on YouTube. Don't forget tonight, Bronx Muchachos and myself, 9:00. We got Scott Sanders coming through, and we got Paul Wooden coming through. We're going to talk about this last homestand of the Yankees, man. It was really rough, but I won't tell you too much. Just got to tune in at 9:00 and check us out there. Just wanted to say publicly thank my Aunt Paula for hooking me up with this auction house, telling me about these awesome products that came out that were in the auction, and can't wait to see what fruit it bears in the sales world. So love you, Aunt Paula. Thanks for looking out. And again, don't forget to check out our store, Glitzy Jools. Told you in the beginning, in St. Catharines, Canada. So if you're in the area, go check her out. She's got great stuff. And talking about having great stuff, let's talk about our eBay store for a second. So we still got that $50 or more free shipping. Spend $50 in the store, you get free shipping on all products. And then we got 2 Bowman 2023 factory sealed boxes. We got 2 hanger boxes of the tops 2024 Heritage. Got 1 24 Heritage mega box. We got 3 of the hanger boxes for Series 2 24 tops. We got 3 of the blasters, and we got 3 of the Bowman blasters for the 2024. Also, we have 2 1987 tops complete sets available. All the cards have been verified and counted for, as you can see. And these are some of the heavy hitters you're getting out of this: Canseco, Rose, Winfield, Barfield, Yount, Baylor, Sandberg, Strawberry, Nettles, Gwynn, Clemens, Gossage, Brett, McGuire, Bonds, Guidry, Jackson, Ripken Jr., Willie Randolph, Barry Larkin, Paul Molitor, Bobby Witt Sr., and you got Keith Hernandez, Julio Franco, Ron Renicky, name a few. And then also we got 1988 Topps Complete set available. We got the 94 Donruss set available with 1 autographed card and 13 special edition cards. Scott Sanders himself signed that card. So it's available, still available. Come on, Christmas is coming. We got 2 of the 2008 Upper Deck sealed sets. We got 1 of the 2023 Topps sealed sets. And then we got some team packs: Mariners, Giants, Angels, Padres, Marlins, Cubs, Astros, and Mets. And then we got 8 of these Panini Mosaics 2022. Got 8 of those reasonably priced. Also, we have a whole graded lot of PSA cards that we were showing you guys last time. You got Willie McCovey, Hank Aaron, Bob Gibson, Jim Palmer, Greg Nettles, Dennis Eckersley, Lou Brock, the 63 Topps World Series Game 1, and Billy Martin, name a few. It's a 19 lot graded set. Prices with prices. And I think it's fairly priced. So if you're into vintage cards, that one's definitely for you. And then we also got these available. 88 Donruss, got 14 graded cards from that set up for grabs still. And then we have these amazing cards from the 2024 Topps Series 2 breaks that we did. SGC was running a special of $9 a card, was really hard to say no to. So sent 25 cards down. Most of them came back as 17 out of 25 came back as 10s, as you can see. So these are all available still as well. So, and we got some autograph cards available too. So there you have it. And like I said, I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock on the Bronx Shot Shows. Thanks for tuning in. See you there.